Hey yo, what's going on with the viewers of the tube? Tyler here of Chico Crypto, coming to you not live, not in the studio, but out in nature, aka the backyard, with this beautiful tree Ted once again. Yes, I named the tree. But things aren't looking good for the crypto markets per se. Yes, Bitcoin is falling after a pump. And everyone saw yesterday we jumped up to 42K out of nowhere from about 38K. And that was because the crypto executive order came out, and it was better than expected. Joe Biden released, and it came out, what everyone thought. Basically, agencies are going to go report to the executive branch their thoughts on the crypto markets, including, regulatory issues, making positions, as well as answering some key questions. And it wasn't bad. There was no directive restrictive measures coming for crypto. So why is Bitcoin going down, you guys? Why is Bitcoin crashing? Well, Bitcoin, it fell by about 7.6% over 24 hours, down to 39K. We're just above it as of right now. So what is the reason? Well, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, inflation data. It came out today and it came out high. We came out at 7.9%, which from last month, January's reading, was just 7.5%. So yeah, like I said, I predicted this yesterday that the last inflation data for January, we had a pump before that and then a dump right after. Back then we went from 45K down to 42K. This time we went from 42K down to 39K. 3K dumps each time. Why so similar? And I said this was going to happen in yesterday's video. It's nothing to be that worried about right now, this week. But next week we do have some things to worry about. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But why is there so much volatility lately, you guys? Why is the Bitcoin price going up and it's going down, Just in the last week alone, Bitcoin has went plus 15%. Then immediately after, minus 15%. Then we went up 10% and then down 10% immediately after. What is the reason for this volatility in the markets right now? Well, we have very thin order books, you guys. There's not much BTC on exchanges. So it's kind of like a catch-22. It's great for pumps and it's great for dumps. And the bears, the market manipulators, bulls, bear, bull, whatever you want to call them, they can push the price up very easily, with a little amount of liquidity. So there is, kind of good things from this. So 80% of Bitcoin's rallies in the past, they have come from times when Bitcoin has thin order books. But 20% of the time, we have had some very serious dumps when Bitcoin has thin order books. So I don't think anything's going to necessarily happen this week. I think we're going to have a pretty stable weekend. And then come Sunday, things are going to get rocky. And that's why I say next week, you guys, next week. I talked about this in yesterday's video, but next week, the FOMC, Federal Open Market Committee, is having their next meeting. And what's expected? Well, Jerome Powell and the Fed are expected to raise rates. Now, the question is by how much? Are they going to raise them by 25 basis points, which is expected, or are they going to raise them by 50 basis points? So there has been other, governments raising rates lately, so it's likely they're going to raise rates. If they don't and they stay extremely dovish, that would be great for the crypto markets and I would expect a pump, but they are going to raise rates. If it comes out of expectations, I think we are going to have a little bit of a dump, but if they raise them by 50 basis points, we're going to have a more serious dump. But there's also yesterday, people didn't realize this and I didn't talk about it. Yesterday was the official end of QE, quantitative easing. It was the end of $120 billion per month. The Fed was buying bonds and mortgage-backed securities each month. And 2 years, they added $6 trillion to the Fed balance sheet. So they're stopping that, and they're going to start reducing the balance sheet. That means a lot of free money in the markets is drying up. And also, money is going to get more expensive if the Fed raises rates. So what are my honest thoughts on what is going to happen next week? Well, I think the bears, the market manipulators, are going to use the thin liquidity order books to push Bitcoin probably down to 35K. It's very possible we go even a bit lower than that. And that is going to come when the meeting does happen. It happens on Tuesday of next week and Wednesday. So I would say by Tuesday, we're going to be hitting those levels as the bears, freak out the markets. But this has been known, you guys. This has been priced in. That's why we have went down already to 30, 32, 35K already. It's because the markets have known this. So I think we'll bounce off of that as people realize it's not the end of the world. Rates were always going to be raised. They've talked about this, and it's finally freaking happening. So you guys beware of next week. Well, that's all I'm saying. I said it yesterday, and I will repeat myself today. But are there any opportunities in crypto right now? Well, there is actually crypto arbitrage, arbitraging between assets on different exchanges, different decentralized protocols. You can make some good money, and there is one I've noticed, and I want to let you guys know about. So Rocket Pool has our ETH. As of right now, it's going for over $2,700. I think it's $2,722. And Ethereum is just $2,600. So you can actually stake some Ethereum, if the gas fees are low enough, you can stake that Ethereum, buy it for $2,600 off of an exchange, stake it, and then resell it for a higher price. Make like 20 to 30 bucks each trade. So that's pretty interesting. And this has been happening across the ecosystem. There's big opportunity on Sol. So you guys should be looking for these opportunities because there's always ways to make money in the markets, you guys. You just have to know where to look. And there is actually another altcoin that I'm getting pretty interested in. It's called Bean. It is a stable coin, and it is based on credit and credit risk analysis. It's a non-collateralized stable coin. Haven't looked too deep into it, but it is looking interesting, you guys. And by, contributing to the Bean farm, you can actually earn the governance token stock, which isn't even on exchanges yet. So there could be a big opportunity with this one. But again, you guys, altcoins are very, very risky as of right now. I mean, the two assets you should be looking at if you're looking to, get into the crypto markets is mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum, but there are some altcoin plays you should, be identifying just in case another alt season does take place and the crypto markets do start to rumble once again. Well, I want to give you guys a quick update. I know last week I said this is my last Bitcoin video, and I did plan for it to be. My grandpa had an extremely big scare. He went into the hospital, and it was looking bleak, very, very bleak. But if you follow me on Twitter, I posted that he has made it out of the hospital. He's back home, but he's not doing the best. He's eating, he's drinking, which is better than what was happening, in the hospital. He wasn't drinking and eating at all. But he is bedridden, you guys, and his mind is going. So I'm going to try to spend as much time with my grandpa as possible. So I'm going to still continue to try and post content. I just want to spend as much time. So there may be a little less content lately, but I'm going to still try to post, you guys, because my grandpa, he's the reason I bought Bitcoin. He was like a father figure for me when I was younger, and losing him is going to be one of the hardest things that I have to deal with. So I appreciate all you guys tuning in for the video, and remember, beware of Bitcoin, because I do think we are going to see a little bit lower lows coming here soon. 35K, maybe 32K, we'll see. Cheers. I'll see you next time.